When Alexander the Great asked Diogenes, the philosopher Diogenes, if anything, what can I do for you? Anything under the sun. And Diogenes just replied, would you kindly step out of my sun? So, guys, today we're going to be discussing the philosophy of happiness. So, excuse my little bit feeling of out of breathness, but I'm just doing a quite strenuous hike up here, and I'm sitting on top of this hill. As you can see here, pretty good view. But yeah, like kind of discussing the philosophy of finding happiness, true happiness. And whatever we seem to do, we cannot kind of lock down that feeling for a long time. Whether you acquire a new possession, the new relationship, the status, a new job, all of those things I've found can give you a temporary joy, but it's not really a deep internal feeling, if I can describe it that way. I'll do a quick practical example. Like, I bought a camera, exactly the same one as this, about 2 months ago. I had it for about a week, and guess what? It got stolen out of my car. So yeah, I didn't have it insured. But yeah, that extra bit of worry, at least this one is insured now, but yeah, you get the point. Like, every acquisition has a new fear attached to it, a fear of loss. And if we can actually free ourselves, like Diogenes was probably a wise man, that these things can't really give us that liberation we're looking for. The same thing of the temptation of Jesus. It's quite interesting when Satan promised him the world, and but all of that is basically a hollow sense. The true power, I feel, is not of the ego, and that's another thing that I'm quite interested in discussing. Like, this feeling of you've got to make it, and that kind of pressure, or what are the people gonna think? And I feel the older you kind of get, the less you kind of worry about silly things like that. And this fear of judgment holding us back. And what if you could just shake off those shackles and just live free, do what you want, go outside, start the YouTube channel, start putting yourself first, and not worrying and not seeing yourself through the lens of what is others going to think, because I feel that that's going to keep us small, and it really limits your kind of growth, in a sense. But yeah, it's interesting, guys. And just getting outside, getting in the open sun, getting in nature, it's kind of a total blessing and a feeling of freedom from our daily slog of life. And that's something that's good to kind of free yourself from the shackles of that once in a while. And yeah, I'm on my way heading back now. But yeah, just the thought that I had today is kind of something that crosses my mind a lot. But yeah, let me know if you feel the same way, kind of, if you found that is the truth, or especially in, like, if you think of the sense of finding that perfect person, also the romantic relationship that's gonna set you free. And after a short while, in a lot of cases, it actually ends up causing you more pain and more trouble than it was actually worth. And if you kind of can't find that deep connection, what is the point? But that's also tying into the question of impermanence. We want that permanently satisfying relationship, or that it can just stay in that honeymoon phase forever, and that's the big problem. It's things are constantly changing. You want that total security, but yeah, that quite oftentimes eludes us. But yeah, ladies and gents, I'm moving through quite a steep downward slope here, so excuse the jitteriness if there's any. I think the camera should have good stabilization. But yeah, that guarantees that life cannot give us. The only guarantee being death and taxes, right? So yeah, but it's a blessing being able to get out on a weekday, just dissolving your feelings in nature. Another good thing that I've found is just kind of taking the awareness out of the body, or excuse me, into the body, taking the awareness away from thoughts, or living yourself into those thoughts that sometimes gets into a spiral and a loop, and it just basically contributes to negative feelings. And the more time in a day you can just kind of regather your attention, and what I kind of describe it like is when you can drop that attention into your body, where for me it's the most noticeable is in the area of the diaphragm, and you just kind of sense it as a feeling of spaciousness, and that emptiness is a wonderful thing. And another philosopher or spiritual teacher that doesn't want to be actually known by that title, a guy that I followed for quite some time now, is Jiddu Krishnamurti, the Indian spiritual teacher. And yeah, he basically takes the religious aspect away from spirituality, that it's actually something that is accessible to all of us. It's just some things that people often do is they get caught in the teacher and make it about the ritual, and that's the problem. That misses the whole point. And I often have the thought of, aren't your major religions like Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, all of these teachers or prophets, aren't they just examples of individuals that kind of realized truth, and their truth is being distorted and monetized by governments and churches for purposes of control? That's something that I quite often think about as well. But yeah, ladies and gents, thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.